think of underground cities, you probably imagine post-apocalyptic bunkers, mole people, or maybe a secret lair where villains pet white cats and monologue. But Iran has decided to flip that script. Its underground city is fully loaded with missiles, not comic book cliches. This isn't a movie set or a flex for the cameras. It's Iran's loud, very real message. If you come into our skies with stealth bombers, you may not leave in one piece. In recent years, Iran has completely reimagined its military playbook. And instead of just saber-rattling like it's 1995, it's unveiling next-gen missiles in a bunker the size of a small town. Tehran's new game plan isn't to out-tech the United States or Israel. It's to outwit them, turning its mountainous terrain into missile nests, building weaponry that laughs in the face of modern air defenses, and creating a strike-first, ask-questions-later strategy that's got Air Force generals sitting bolt upright. Not just missiles, missile metropolises. Gone are the days when Iran's ballistic threat consisted of a few rusty launchers pointed vaguely toward the horizon. What we're looking at now are cavernous underground cities where missiles are lined up like Teslas in a futuristic garage, except instead of GPS navigation, they're packing warheads. Military officials proudly walked journalists through these facilities, showing off neatly parked rows of shiny new death sticks ready for combat. This wasn't just military theater. Iran made it crystal clear. These weapons are pointed at very specific targets, namely American and Israeli jets. If you're piloting a B-52, an F-35, or a B-2 bomber and your sat-nav says, Iranian airspace, maybe you're out. The Khaibar Shikan, meet Iran's air defense nightmare fuel. Let's start with Iran's shiny toy from 2022. The Khaibar Shikan missile. This isn't your grandfather's rocket. It's solid-fueled, meaning it doesn't have to wait around for complicated liquid fueling. It's ready to go faster than a teen posting a TikTok after a breakup. It also features a terrifyingly smart warhead, triconic-shaped, maneuverable, and designed to stay stable even when dancing through chaotic atmospheric conditions. This isn't just for show. Iran claims the Khaibar Shikan can punch through advanced air defense systems like Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, Patriot, and Israel's David Sling, essentially the defensive Avengers of the Middle East. Oh, and it can chase moving targets like planes. That's right. It can track and smack aircraft like a heat-seeking tennis ball from hell. At impact, it's still traveling at Mach 2 to 3, which in scientific terms means don't even try to dodge. Not just one bad boy. The Carter H and Settle joined the fray. The Khaibar Shikan has some equally grumpy cousins. First up, the Carter H, with a range of around 1,700 kilometers, enough to casually ruin someone's day across multiple time zones. Then there's the Settle, a two-stage ballistic missile that combines solid fuel with serious accuracy. These aren't designed to lob randomly into deserts. They're aimed with surgical precision at air bases in Qatar, the UAE, and even the remote Diego Garcia Island in the Indian Ocean. And here's the truly nasty part. These missiles are meant to hit aircraft before they even take off. Forget dogfighting in the sky. This is about blowing the runway out from under you before your coffee finishes brewing. A live fire warning. You might think, sure, but have they actually used these? Oh yes. In October 2024, Iran launched a coordinated strike on Israel, unleashing more than 180 ballistic missiles, including some of the very models from its underground arsenal. Several of those missiles landed on Israeli air bases, proving that these weren't just YouTube props, they're fully operational and terrifyingly effective. It was like a military PowerPoint presentation with live explosions. Slide 1. We told you so. Strategy breakdown. Iran's missile strategy isn't just about launching a barrage and hoping for the best. It's a layered, unsettlingly clever approach that works like a military lasagna. At the top, you've got long-range missiles capable of striking US and Israeli targets across the region, from Qatar to the UAE, and even as far as Diego Garcia. Then come the terminal phase killers, like the Khaibar Shikan, designed to take out incoming bombers mid-flight. Bad news if you're relying on radar jamming to survive. And finally, there's the swarm tactic. Waves of cheap, explosive kamikaze drones meant to overwhelm air defenses in chaotic, beasting fashion, except these bees detonate on impact. It's strategic, savage, and surprisingly sophisticated. The US has the edge, but not for long. Now let's be fair, the United States Air Force still reigns supreme in terms of stealth, sensors, and global reach. The F-35 is practically a flying supercomputer. The B-2 stealth bomber is a flying ghost. The B-52, though older, is still a workhorse capable of raining destruction like a steel-bellied thunder god. But Iran isn't trying to out-tech these jets. Instead, it's going full guerrilla with tactical deception, rapid launches, underground storage, mobile platforms, and preemptive strikes. And all of that backed by an army of missiles that laugh at radar. A land turned into a launch pad. Iran's geography is a gift to missile warfare. Those Zagros Mountains, perfect for hiding mobile launchers. The underground missile cities, nearly immune to satellite tracking. And the tunnels and caverns are big enough to house not just rockets, but full support crews, command centers, and maybe even a vending machine for post-launch snacks. This makes any air campaign against Iran a logistical nightmare. It's like playing whack-a-mole with billion-dollar jets against a target that knows all the holes in your mallet. Why this should matter to the world and pilots? Iran's strategy has global implications. By developing the capability to deny airspace to superior air forces, it's challenging the fundamental pillar of Western military dominance, air superiority. If the skies are no longer safe, entire doctrines fall apart. And it's not just the US or Israel that needs to worry. Gulf states hosting US bases are now within easy missile range. This raises the stakes for everyone involved, especially during escalating tensions in the region. It's not about winning, it's about wounding. Let's be real. Iran knows it can't win a full-scale war against the US. But victory isn't always about obliteration. Sometimes it's about making the price of engagement too high to pay. If Iran can cripple air bases, shoot down stealth aircraft, and survive long enough to keep striking, then it changes the entire calculus of military engagement. Think of it like a porcupine, small, not exactly aerodynamic, but mess with it, and you'll spend a week pulling quills out of your face. A new era of warfare? The age of aircraft-dominant warfare might be cracking at the edges. Countries like Iran are proving that you don't need to spend hundreds of billions on fighters if you can build a layered defense with smart missiles, hidden launch sites, and a willingness to go on offense before the first shot is fired. As of 2025, the global military game board has shifted, and the pieces are getting meaner, sneakier, and much harder to find on radar. And there you have it, missile cities, Mach-speed rockets, and a playbook that's got stealth bombers sweating bullets. If this peek into Iran's underground firepower blew your mind, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe. And hey, don't just fly under the radar, ring that bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one, unless we're hiding in a missile silo by then.